Welcome back, folks. This is part 2 of the Floureon CCTV DVR videos I've been doing. And excuse me, this video I'm just going to show you how to install the hard drive. So I've taken out the 4 screws, 2 on either side. One of them was very tight, so just be careful you use the correct size bit, otherwise you'll strip them. So let's just have a look inside. Okay, dokes. Right, so inside, what do we have? Let me just get something to point with. We've got, obviously, all the connectors going onto the board, but inside we've got the Molex to SATA power connector. We've got a short SATA lead, a right angle lead on that side. And interestingly, there's 2 SATA connectors. I'm not sure why there's 2, because there's obviously only space for one drive in here. We've got our ribbon cable going to the front panel, and a couple of crystals. Obviously the quad flat pack on there, which has got all the control software for the interface, etc., and you know, presumably video sort of compression, etc. A couple of crystals and a battery, which is obviously for the real-time clock, which will give you a time and date overlay on the video, one would assume. So, okay, so what we do next is actually install the hard drive. Now, I had intended putting this, in fact I still will put this drive in, this 3.5-inch drive. This is a 160GB drive. You know, so it's going to fit in like this. But before I install that, I've got a number of SATA drives, 2.5-inch SATA drives, and I just assumed, you know, thinking about Sky boxes and stuff like that, it's always a 3.5-inch drive, but this is always obviously smaller, lighter, and will generate less heat. And actually, there's provision, screw hole provision for a 2.5-inch drive, just to pop it in there. But yeah, I'll stick this one in. The reason I want to try 160GB is just to see how much recording that will give me using just the 2 cameras. Now, I had a look at these screws. I should mention before I start, I had a look at the supplied screws, and they're actually quite long, and I'm not convinced they're going to hold this in securely enough. So I'll just make sure this is in the right way. Yeah, so I've got some other old hard drive screws which I'm going to use to install this drive. And obviously the hardest bit about this is lining up the holes. But that'll do is there. On the subject of Sky boxes and stuff like that, for those of you that don't know, they can be a very good source of cheap hard drives. The amount of times I see on my local sales and wants page, you know, 2TB or 1TB Sky box for you know, £10 or £15. You know, I see them quite often, and like I say, they're a good source of hard drives. Obviously for non-critical systems, or you know, like a backup PC, or for non-critical storage, you know, for £10 you're going to get 1 or 2TB drive, which is quite good. But like I say, non-critical, because the last thing I would suggest you do is procure one through that method and then have all your, you know, family photos and stuff on it, and it end up failing. So yeah, so as you can see, just putting these 4 screws in. Don't tighten them up fully until they're all in. As you probably just saw a second ago, to slacking one of them off just to sort of reposition the drive slightly. Okay, so that's the hard drive installed, and then if I just tip this up, hopefully you should be able to see how the power connector and SATA connector goes in. So there's a power attached. Just gently bend those out of the way, and our data SATA connector. Yeah, okay dokes. So might be worth a little bit of tape or maybe a cable tie just to secure that, and then we'll just pop the cover back on, and that is as simple as it can get, really. And yeah, just once you've done that, obviously put the screws back in. I'll just leave them out just now, just to make sure this drive works. And to that end, I shall pause the video and get a monitor set up, and then we'll have a look at the interface. See you in a second. Welcome back, folks. Right, that's me get the monitor set up. Now what I've done is I've just used the VGA connection. This does have an HDMI output on it as well, but we're using VGA. I've also plugged in the mouse, and I've prepped the power, and I shall just... Oh! Right. What I'm going to say is I've just had a tingle off, quite a sharp tingle off that power supply. Yeah, it may just because it's poor quality, and maybe I should have plugged it in before I turned it on. It's definitely not mains leakage. Well, it could be mains leakage, I suppose. But I suppose 2 amps at 12 volts is going to give you a bit of a jolt, so it might just be a poor quality. I'm content that it's not going to blow this up, he says. This could possibly go wrong. Anyway, right, wait till we see. Turn the monitor on, and here goes. Yeah, so it's powering the machine. Oh yeah, monitor's just exit and standby. Okay. So I should say the flicker on this screen is purely just the refresh rate of the monitor, I think, because the monitor itself is fine. It's not flickering. Yeah, I'm not getting any tingling off the case, so yeah, I'm content. That was just make sure and plug in your power supply before you sorry, plug the actual DC end into the box before you plug the actual brick into the mains, and then you won't get a little zap like I did. So okay, so we can see the mouse is working. We can see that format's finished. It was a freshly formatted drive in the NTFS file format, so the system obviously is happy with that. So click OK. Welcome to Configuration Wizard that will help you configure the device. To continue, click Next. So click Next. Okay, I'm presuming... Ah, there we go. I'm going to try admin. I haven't read the instructions. Alright, so default password is null. Default password is null. Oh, does that mean... Yeah, there we go. Okay, dokes. So, I suppose it would help if it just said blank. For thick people like me. Anyway, what date are we on? We're on the 12th today. 18, so the date is right, 12th the 7th 2016, but I'll change that to day, month, year as we like in the UK here. 1925. Date separator, yeah, we'll have it like standard 24-hour format. Yep. So on here, as you can see, we've got timed recordings, but I'll just leave that as disabled, and then we'll click Next. Click Retry to retest network, gateway failed. Right, we're just going to skip that just now. Let's come up with some QR code so we can download the required app. Because obviously, well, not obviously, but this box allows you to monitor remotely. And yeah, we'll just do that. Thank you for choosing our products. So that's it set up. Alright, so right click is giving us, what do we see? Info, HD info, view recording times. view time capacity, that's what, oh no, right. I was hoping it would actually tell us how much recording space it's got, but no. I'll have a play about. Have a play about and see what I can find. There's nothing to say, nothing to check capacity, but okay, folks. What I'll do now is I'll pause this video again, and I'll connect a camera and see how it looks. So I'll be back just directly. Hi folks, welcome back. Right, that's me connected the cameras up now, and I have to say the quality of them is very good. Love that effect. You know, when the camera's rebroadcasting what the monitor can see, and then it keeps going on into a tunnel. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, excuse the mess, but you can see, or hopefully see, the quality is very good. Just excuse the mess here in the workshop, but yeah, really good quality. Yeah, some of my mess, some Amigas waiting to be sorted there, and the mighty Avro Vulcan. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, the quality is really good. I have noticed, however, there's a slight, this camera here on the left, camera 1, is slightly better quality than the camera 2. It's just not as sharp. If I hold it there, you can see on my hot air, the Aten or Aten, however you pronounce it, is not very sharp. Where if I get the other camera and put it in the same location, if I can, the cable's snagged. Yeah, it's hard to make out, but it's a bit sharper. I'll try and hold both of them together. It might be slightly difficult to do this. Yep, it is really difficult to do that. Yeah, but you can probably just see, if you look at the text on the black and white text there on the camera 1, it's a bit sharper. So I might strip down one and have a look at it. So I suppose the big question is, how do they perform in the dark? Interestingly, these must have some sort of filter on them that detects the dark, because I don't know if you can hear this. So I'll shut up for a second, and when it gets into colour mode, so the one I'm holding just now is in colour mode. But when it goes into infrared mode, there's an audible click, which must be a filter clicking in. So if I just, let's say, keep the noise down, and if you listen to this. Did you hear that click? And then when it goes back to colour mode. Yeah, there's a click as the filter comes in, so I think it must be an infrared filter or something like that. But what I'll do now is I will just bear with me. I shall turn the lights off in the workshop here and let you see how they look in the dark. And I think you can, I think you can see the answer's pretty good. We'll see if this other camera performs any better. Yeah, again, I'd say the camera 1's slightly better. So I think possibly the and then it just clicked back into colour mode there. Back in infrared mode. Yeah, I think possibly the camera just needs the lens focusing slightly. Anyway, that was a quick overview of that Floureon CCTV system. I shall maybe do a follow-up video once it's installed and show you how good it looks in the real world rather than the workshop environment. And yeah, I'll let you know how much recording I'm getting from the one drive, the 160 gigabyte drive. Yeah, I hope that helped you. Give us a thumbs up if it did, and I'll see you soon for another video. Take care, bye bye.